In the revised roadmap of the Electoral Commission to conform with the COVID-19 regulations, rallies which attract large crowds were banned. However, on the weekend in Koboko, Investment Minister Evelyn Anite and her NRM challenger Charles Sayume were singled out. Police has summoned the two to record statements explaining circumstances under which their supporters got into a procession against the COVID-19 guidelines. Shema Municipality contestant Dixon Kateshumbwa is the other one summoned.
This is very wrong. It's a very wrong message of communication from a honorable minister during this period of the COVID-19. And for that matter, our police officers in that area managed to track down the organizers, because for Honorable Anita immediately after she drove back to Kampala, but we are going to get her through our CID headquarters here in Kampala.
The police must be seen, not only seen, must act in a manner that gives confidence to all that the law applies to each equally.
District police commanders where the processions happened have also been summoned.
Those who are not able to account for their police action, for their failure to counter these processions that are illegal and have a potential of increasing the risk or the threat of the virus on Ugandans. They have been summoned and they have several explanations to make.
Election observers and human rights activists believe the selective implementation of COVID-19 guidelines by police will leave a question of credibility on the forthcoming elections.
If one element does not meet the standard of freeness, fairness, credibility, that affects the entire electoral process. And since we are beginning from this footing, we can say that we need to work very, very hard to ensure that such actions, the illegalities, the issues that bring to question the credibility of an election do not continue happening.
In an electoral process, it is always important that not only guidelines are followed, but all candidates are treated fairly and equally. Short of that, it becomes a biased exercise.
They believe the acts of selective implementation of guidelines is a mockery to democracy which will further weaken the opposition.
The opposition, generally speaking, then is in a weak position because of the nature of the environment, the way the law is implemented and enforced. And that means that the public should also speak out. The public should come out and also demand that treatment is fair and is given in a proportionate way to all manner of.
If the NRM members, or some of them, are flouting these guidelines and procedures in this way, what would be the motivating factor for the opposition to stick by the rules?
Because people who are breaking the so-called regulations are ministers. Kamundu is responsible for justice and constitutional affairs. Otafire, Anita, the minister for health, all these fellows are holding meetings. So you mean the government doesn't see them?
Uganda has 1,297 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and 9 deaths have so far been registered. Evelyn, NTV.